Cleveland Browns taking on the Minnesota Vikings coming up this Sunday from London. It all is pointing to one thing. We may have a quarterback change, boys and girls, and I couldn't be happier. The supercomputer, Dillon Gabriel, may be up as starting quarterback number one coming into the season. I'll tell you why. The season starts when the rookies play. We'll get to that. Also, we'll get to what does this mean for this football game in London if Dillon Gabriel does start. And we'll hear from some names from all around the Berea, all around Northeast Ohio and the Cleveland sports sphere who think this is all signs pointing to Dillon Gabriel possibly getting the start this week coming up in London. So we'll talk about it in only the ways that we can break it down right here on the Ultimate Browns. Fastest 30 minutes of sports coming up, and we will do it coming up next. Welcome on in to the fastest 30 minutes in all of sports. It's your boy G. Bush right here with the Ultimate Browns. If you're on the UCSS network, we got a lot of stuff coming up for you today. You're going to get some Ultimate Guardians. You're going to get some Adam the Bull on the bullpen breaking down the game right now. I'm recording this as we get to the Cleveland Guardians. They are in the playoff game, home game against the Tigers. Hopefully the Cleveland Guardians can come out on top. But if they don't, we got you covered right here on the Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show Network. Make sure you check that out. Also, coming up at 6 o'clock tonight, you will get an episode of the Ultimate Cavs. Cavs Media Day was here. Mikey McNuggets did a good job getting an interview with Kenny Atkinson. We'll talk about what's going on with the season. They'll preview that. So right now, we got you covered. You got Ultimate Browns. You're going to have Ultimate Guardians. You got Ultimate Cavs. You're going to get some bullpen. This is a great time to be a Cleveland sports fan. But let's get right off into the situation. Season starts when the rookies play. We'll go ahead and give you a reason why I think that denotes when the season is actually taking place. Also, we got another dude out here, another national media dude hating for clicks. We'll explain. Another dude, maybe your contract's up, big dog. Maybe you need a little more traction. We got another person hating for clicks. We'll talk about it coming up a little bit later. But first, let's start with this. Signs pointing to Dillon Gabriel possibly starting out there in London. So let's take a look at this. This was a tweet by Browns beat reporter Mary Kay Cabot. Let's go ahead and take a look at this. It says, Kevin Stefanski appears ready to bench Joe Flacco in favor of rookie Dillon Gabriel for the Vikings game in London on Sunday. And it's been a lot of talk around the stratosphere Browns community in terms of what's going on with the quarterback play. And I've already told you how this thing works. People that was sitting there prognosticating, talk about, this is going, if Flacco could get to week 8 or 9, we can make the move after the Dolphins stop playing around, bro. Listen, it's not going down like that. And the reason it's not going to go down like that is because once you start losing games and people are seeing that stuff every single Sunday, you have no more legs to stand on. Now let's make let's go ahead and count. Mary Kay then came out and said that. Jason Lloyd then came out and said it's time to make the move, right? Zach Jackson, he already said, man, Flacco, I wouldn't have played him anyway. Sean King was on the show today. Make sure you go check out the show, Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show. He said he told Jay Crawford, I was there. There's no reason to be paying Joe Flacco doing what we doing right now. So now you're getting a large contingent of people that's finally coming around and understanding something. You can't continue to lose football games without any mounting pressure. The pressure is too great. I heard people that's diehard fans. I heard people that's fans that is going, that's Stefanski followers. I heard people that are true Browns fans through and through say the exact same thing. You know what they started saying? Bro, listen, I know what we said earlier, but this is not tenable. We got to get going. We got to get going because when them losses come Sunday, it'd be some long weekends. People move on quickly. Let's think of another person. Let's talk about it. Tony Rizzo. via the Tony Rizzo show on YouTube, said that Dillon Gabriel is going to start on Sunday in London, according to his sources. Now, I don't know about his sources, but he's saying, according to what he's hearing, he's going to get to start in London. So that's another person who has either advocated Dillon Gabriel starting or have heard somewhere around the grapevine that Dillon Gabriel could be next up. Now, a fresh face at quarterback is much needed after Joe Flacco opened the season with just 2 touchdowns and 8 interceptions, or 8 turnovers, in 4 games. Hopefully, we get an official announcement soon. Kevin Stefanski has not made an official announcement. Could he go back to Joe Flacco? Sure, he could. Could he say, you know what, we were going to go with Joe? But the simple fact that I think he has not been committal to Joe shows me and tells me a whole lot about why Kevin Stefanski has not said anything. I think there's a part of it trying to have gamemanship. He doesn't want the Minnesota Vikings to be able to literally be able to prepare for Dillon Gabriel. He wants it to be a surprise. You know how the Cleveland Browns do. They want the G14 classified stuff. Like, they want the biggest advantage they can get, even though the advantage is about this small. So he's doing that. There's another part of him that I think this is an ongoing situation. I think that there's a power struggle, and it will be a power struggle. This is what happens when you got a collaboration. When you got a front office that's saying, let's go to the rookies, and the owner who might say, let's just see the rookies, but the coaching staff is saying, well, we're going to roll with Joe. We think he gives you the best chance. They're having a backdoor conversation, and we haven't even started talking about D. Podesta, right? We haven't even started talking about what he does and how his hand is on the scale, whether he wants to keep Joe Flacco in or Dillon Gabriel. So here's the thing. Reality of it is, this is going to come regardless. I saw the way people was looking on them sidelines. I seen the way the defense was looking around. That defense was looking around like, we ain't about to keep doing this. We ain't about to keep going out there giving great effort against these great teams, and you keep shortchanging us by bringing us out there. When you playing on a team and you handcuff that quarterback and you feel like this guy can't move, he can't get you out of the way, he can't get you no regular plays, you're in trouble. And the longer, and this is the thing Kevin Stefanski should realize, the longer you keep doing that, it doesn't look bad on Joe Flacco. It looks bad on you. It looks bad on you, because instead of you being a person that's willing to try something to get better, you keep sitting here like you're a lame duck and don't have the heart or the gumption to make tough decisions. And at the same time, people are going to start looking at your playbook. I said it on UCSS today. I don't like your playbook. Your playbook is rudimentary and basic at best. It just is. People starting to come around on that too. Let's ask ourselves, people, like, this was when Deshaun Watson was in there, this offense looked the same. Nasty work. Go look at the all-22. Go look at the tape. Guys ain't running wide open nowhere. Guys is running random little stick routes at the sticks. Guys are just running downfield, turning around at the old car on the left-hand side of the field. It's almost like playing street football with a Nerf turbo. Hey, what I want you to do is I want you to go down, make a button hook right in front of that old Ford Taurus over there. Yeah, the one over there, the silver one that don't work with one tire, right there. Backside, what we doing backsides? At them hedges over there, I want you to run out on them hedges or at the hedges. Yeah. Hey, running back, I want you to look and see if they're going to blitz. You remember, it's 1,000, 2,000, then they blitz. But I just want you to stay close. And if they blitz me, I'm going to dump it to you and you go. Nasty little playbook. You ain't got no plays, dog. We're going to definitely talk about that. For me, this all the talk and conversation about why this isn't a great week. Y'all, I can tell y'all people, I can tell y'all ain't even been no business people. I can tell y'all ain't played no ball. You don't want to play them going to London. Bro, it's business people that be on red eyes every other week. They be in another country every other third day, getting up, going to business meetings with their PowerPoint presentations. What are you talking about? They Zoom calling in the airport. Bro, people is moving and shaking, bro. This is the fact that the Cleveland Browns mindset is so 1962. We still think Jim Brown playing, bro. This ain't no Jim Brown era. Guys need to be flexible and adaptable. I didn't get my sleep. I'm jet lagged. I'm jet lagged. I don't know. I'm so tired. Shut up. My goodness. Like, this is football. You've been playing football your entire adult life. If you good at football, you are good anywhere. In London, in Cleveland, in South America, in Canada, on the east side, on the west side. If you nice at football and you ready to play, you ready to play. So this is a great opportunity. I hope that they make the announcement soon. Dillon Gabriel should be playing. And on top of that, when he is playing, it's not like they don't got the running game moving. I mean, it's not dynamic. It ain't crazy, but Judkins can at least make some guys miss. It's not like you can't scheme him up. And what the heck has he been doing? Every single game plan that you put in for Joe Flacco, he's the backup. He's been in on those meetings. He knows what the audibles are. He knows everything, right? It's a bunch of you know what. Stop living in your fears. Let's get it going. It's time to go. And now we're going to get to evaluate the supercomputer. We're going to see. We're going to get to see evaluation. And I'm going to tell you coming up later on the show why now that we see the rookies play, the real season has started. We'll come back and tell you why that is. But first, we got to get to a break. When we get back, we'll talk about another dude hating on clicks, hating for clicks. Y'all's contracts must be up. We'll talk about that coming up next. You're listening to G. Bush right here on the Ultimate Browns. Every night delivers highlight-worthy performances, major momentum shifts, and can't-miss moments. Whether it's a game-winning shot or a breakout player, there's never been a better time to get in on the action. FanDuel makes it easy to stay in the game before tip-off and live with player props, performance trends, same-game parlays. Fans have more ways than ever to play smart and win big. Which players are showing up in the biggest moments, and how could tracking their trends help you build your next big bet? What would it look like to combine live prop bets mid-game based on how action unfolds? How could a $200 bonus in bonus bets add to the excitement if your first $5 bet hits? New to FanDuel? It's a perfect time to sign up. Head to FanDuel.com/UCSS and place your first $5 bet. If it wins, you'll get $200 in bonus bets. Make every moment more with FanDuel, official sports betting partner of the NBA. Welcome back to the fastest 30 minutes in sports. It's your boy G. Bush right here with the Ultimate Browns. Just a note, make sure you're checking out the Ultimate Guardians tonight following the playoff game between the Tigers. Make sure you're checking out the Ultimate Cavs. Exclusive interview with Kenny Atkinson coming up with Mikey McNuggets. So check those two things out right after you watch this for the Ultimate Browns. This is a weekly thing right here with the Shedeur Sanders saga. This is a weekly thing. And these dudes is around here just doing the most. Are you guys really, truly hating for clicks? And when I say this before, and when I talk about it all the time, people look at you like, you guys are just delusional. All the Shedeur people are, no, bro, you're gaslighting. You're gaslighting. Because you told us to chill and lay back and don't say nothing. But every single week, it's another story. Last couple weeks ago, it was people talking about his backwards hat. Another week later, when he went up to the kicker and said, hey, you know what? Everything's going to be cool, man. You'll get it back. Oh, he's just trying to get in the cameras. Okay. You come back this week, you ask him a question. Hey, what do you think about, are you ready to play? Yeah, I think I'm ready to play. I think quarterback play around the league has been pretty bad. Oh, my goodness, what is he doing? He's saying he can play. Can you imagine he has confidence in himself? Come on, man. And then you had the weird comments. Things are going to have to get super weird for Shedeur Sanders to play. Well, guess what? He about another play and a half away from being in the game now. Because guess what? Weirdness is happening all around us because Joe Flacco isn't good like we told you he wasn't. So now, we get another dude. What's his name? Sexy Rexy. Mr. Rex Ryan himself, the Dancing with the Stars guy. He's talking about, you need to just shut up. You need to be quiet and be in the front row. Well, we got receipts. Come on, Rex. What you talking about, man?
Stefanski is one of an outstanding coach. All right. But why the hell isn't he putting Shedeur Sanders? We're all waiting to see the Shedeur Sanders be the guy or Gabriel, whatever. Something's missing. Something's missing with this kid. This kid talks. He runs his mouth like I could be a starting quarterback with his arms crossed like this. Get your ass in the front row and study and do all that. If I know, the whole league knows. Quit being an embarrassment that way. You got the talent to be the quarterback. You should be. You should be embarrassed that you're not the quarterback now.
We'll see if they make a change there.
First of all, let me just get to this. Let me just get to this before we get to you, Rex. So you started to say something. Kevin Stefanski is one of the, well, he's a good coach. Yeah, you caught yourself. You couldn't say he's one of the best offensive minds. You can't say he's one of the best motivators. You can't say he has one of the best records. What can you say? You caught yourself there. Well, he's just a good coach. Okay, we'll continue on. Another thing, Rex, you more upset that somebody said that they can play rather than the Cleveland Browns running out Joe Flacco and you saw he was terrible? What are you more upset at? You should be embarrassed that they're not playing you. I should be embarrassed that they're trotting out Joe Flacco. I should be embarrassed that we're getting smoked and we have no offensive any offensive continuity or explosiveness. How is that my problem? You should be more concerned with the players that are on the field, the ones that are actually not doing what their job is. You see, that's the funny thing. Rex Ryan knows what it is. Maybe you up for a contract extension. Maybe you just, I don't know, bro. Maybe your name ain't been out there in a while. You know, they that little 4-man, 5-man rotation, Rex. I'm just saying, Rex, I ain't seen you out there like that, dog. They ain't been putting you out there like kind of like, there's a, they like to mix it up and, ESPN ain't what it used to be. Nowadays they got some new blood in the game. Now, you wouldn't be out here hating for clicks now, Rex, would you? Please tell me it ain't so, Rex. Because I would hate, you used to be a nice defensive mind. You used to be one of those defensive coordinators players love to play for. But you seem confused right now, Rex. What's going on with you? Well, let me just show you something. This is courtesy of Twitter, because Twitter and the people that listen to me, they love the receipts. Shout out to the receipts. I keep them. Exhibit A. Let's go ahead and take a look at this for all those that are around. Exhibit A. These folks is undefeated with this stuff. Seems to be that Shedeur Sanders in a Cleveland Browns meeting room. Posted up on the first row. Y'all petty. I love the pettiness. Y'all ain't nothing for this. There you go, Shedeur Sanders. Yep, I think that looks like his hair. He even has his wrist up like him. Chilling in the front row. Wouldn't that? Oh, look who else is in the front row. That looks like Joe Flacco, Grant Delpit, Kenny Pickett, Myles Garrett. I think he's I think that would classify as front row, Rex. The fact that somebody went through the time and effort to do this, I love the pettiness. I love it. It's extremely petty. It's right, for me, it is right on program. Let's talk about it. Let's look. Second diagram. Oh, there would be Mr. This looks like they're on the road in the hotel. Looks like Shedeur is in the front row. Notice the arrow. Yep, I think I could identify him from the back. Those are that's his hairstyle. Yeah. I would classify this as him being locked in, does it not? Front row again. Now all of a sudden after the second picture, well, you know what he meant, G. Bush. You're taking it all the way out of context. It's hyperbole. You get what he was trying to say. No, I don't. Listen, when you're on TV, get what you're trying to say. You better explain yourself, dog. Or weren't you really accurate? Were you not really interested in being accurate? Because that's what we talk about with accuracy with Shedeur Sanders. He's the only person that I've seen that people talk about Or are you in the front of the room? You're trying to perpetuate the narrative and keep talking about he don't know what he's doing. He needs to keep getting better. He needs to just shut up and get no. This is why we need the receipts, Rex. Let's keep pushing. Let's keep talking. This one is great. They got a lot of diagrams on this one. Somebody's so petty. Oh, looks as if that's the coach, right? Right? Because I believe that's the offensive coordinator. 12 is right in front of him, right? I believe this would be the front of the room. Table 1, my good sir. The fact that somebody had to put red scribble marks on here for these people, I love the pettiness with you guys. You guys are tremendous. But here's what we're going to say. Rex, listen, man. Listen, guys, we've already prepped our teams. We prepped our team. The Shadorians, the 12s, they're no longer paying attention to you. You no longer get the requisite level of vitriol, do you? All that's continuing to happen is you're still chilling, still on ice, still working with the first teams on scout teams, against the first teams, excuse me, getting reps against Myles Garrett and Denzel Ward as they get ready, still getting valuable reps. And guess what? Now he's already in the system. He don't got to pander to y'all. I'm glad he's talking about he can play. Now, guess what? Here's what's happening. Your boy Flacco, who's no longer good, and we told you was, is about to get demoted. That means Shedeur Sanders is the number 2 quarterback. Now listen, Kevin, don't get stupid. Don't try to make no moves. Maybe Bailey Zappi. Maybe they go back to, no, we're not going back to Flacco or Zappi. You know what it is. 12 is that second team quarterback. The season has now started. We get to see what we've really been wanting to see. The supercomputer versus legendary. Let's see what it looks like. And it happened after week 4. So all you guys out there that want to put it in a way that you thought y'all was really moving something, you ain't moved nothing. The competition always going to be the competition. The game is always in the game. In the words of the great Avon Barksdale, the game is the game always. In football, you can't hide nobody, and you can't make nobody. You can't play Jedi mind tricks when football games is going on. We get to see, we got cable packages, reporters. We have cable. Hulu, Netflix, Fubo, YouTube TV, YouTube, Disney Plus, Paramount, AMC. We got all the packages, and we can see plain and clear who nice and who not. We're going to get the chance to see. Supercomputer, you up next. Let's see what you got, dog. It's always been about it. Let's talk about it. The real season starts, the second one of these rookies gets in. I'll explain what I mean by more when I get back. It's G. Bush here, right here on the Ultimate Browns. Make sure you're checking out 9 a.m. coming up this week, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. right here on our Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show. We get to the Barbershop. Make sure you check me out. G. Bush will be ready to go. 9 to 11 right here on the Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show Network. 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. right here on the Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show Network. Welcome back to the fastest 30 minutes in sports. It's your boy G. Bush right back here with the Ultimate Browns. We talk about Dillon Gabriel possibly starting for the Cleveland Browns coming up against the Minnesota Vikings in London. And I say that this is the start of the season. And what I mean by it is the Cleveland Browns had this illusion, and they were feeding everybody this illusion that they were going to go somehow and compete with Joe Flacco, and he's going to give him a great chance to win. And we got this great defense, this defense that is going to be lights out. And by the way, the defense is great. It's probably the number 1 defense in the league. But what we started to learn and started to understand is this. The Cleveland Browns, yes, have a great defense. And Sean King said something that was very, very smart and intelligent. And I thought it hit different. Your goal as an organization is not to build up a position group to be great. It's not to lean on the fact that the Browns have the best defense. That's not what we're tasked with. You're tasked to put an overall great football team on the football field that it complements each other, that has skill, that has power, that is good from top to bottom, not one position group. And the Cleveland Browns do not have that. And in order to do that, and in order to figure out if they got the right guys and to build that back, you're going to have to play young guys the same way they're playing young guys at running back. They're playing young guys on the defensive line. They're playing young guys in the secondary. They're playing young guys at pass catcher and tight end. You're going to have to find those guys. And the Cleveland Browns don't necessarily have that at those positions, and they're playing them at linebacker, and they're paying dividends. But this season has always been about figuring out if you got something. And just because you're trying to figure out if somebody can play does not mean that you can't keep those guys competent, that you can't make some successful plays, that you can't, be competitive while you're finding something out. That is the true test. You see, the test that we've been talking about has been always sitting on the quarterbacks, always sitting on the shoulders of somebody. And the reality of the situation is a head coach and a play caller needs to be married and to understand and have an intimate relationship with his quarterbacks. So for the longest, Kevin Stefanski has not had anybody that he has a relationship with where it even seems like it's cordial. Where's his guy where he's calling them in the middle of the night, cooking up plays? Where's him talking about the play caller who, hey, I'm trying to do things to put things on his plate. I want to get him to a point where he can see the same thing that I'm seeing. I want to empower him. Everything is from a lens of let's keep it close to the vest. Let me spoon feed you play by play, down by down, year by year, and keeping you under wraps and on task and on schedule. And listen, sometimes you ain't going to be on schedule. Sometimes it ain't going to be schedules. It's going to be like, I just need you to make a play, right? And so for me, the reason I say the season starts now is because Kevin Stefanski's coaching starts now. It's already been going. He should have been getting these guys ready to play. But now I get to see in real time what it is of the growth of the playbook, the development, if they're giving them more on their plates, the ability to get them easy yards, the ability to see how the playbook evolves, whether or not they got great chemistry, the way they talk to each other on the sideline. All these things are pivotal. And I'm not only evaluating quarterbacks, I'm evaluating your coach. Because the reality of the situation is you find out about people and who you have through adversity, not through, oh, we're good now. No, you just don't get good. I get to evaluate you in real time because how you treat and deal with these rookies is a determination on and a playbook on how you deal with said rookie you want to draft in the first round next year. That's the thing we're missing here, people. You want the Savior so much. I be joking. Your Savior's in 26. As you can see, ain't no saviors. There's a guy that could be a couple guys that pop here and there. But each one of these dudes in college needs work. Ain't nobody coming in here saving you. So what Kevin Stefanski can learn is how do you deal with young quarterbacks? How can you teach young quarterbacks? What is your track record of success at getting the most out of the quarterbacks that are maybe limited in some area? And how do you grow and evolve as a play caller dealing with young quarterbacks? You don't understand and get to any of that unless you're playing the rookies. Because if you want to play your rookies now and you want to draft a rookie later, the Cleveland Browns are going to have to get better at the way they evaluate, the way they scheme, the way they go about preparing them, and the way that they call and philosophy of their offense. If you think Kevin Stefanski can take one of these quarterbacks out of the draft and keep telling them, we're going to check it down and we're going to run play action. These quarterbacks ain't under center, man. You think he struggled with Deshaun Watson? They ain't under center now. What do you want to do? Do you want to keep looking for the non shotgun guy, diamond in the rough? I can make him. Nah, bro, that ain't the way it works. So I'm excited. You know why? The season starts now, because now the evaluation starts. And for every single Cleveland Browns fan, even if they ain't competitive or whatever, now we get a chance to see what it is that your coaching is doing, what it is that these players are looking like in an evaluation, because we can look at Andrew Berry and say, okay, we knew Dillon Gabriel has some limitations, but you targeted him in the 3rd round. You targeted Dylan Sampson. Can you get him to do something? Because it looked like he didn't check out of the playbook too, right? So this is where everybody should be excited. And to me, this is where the season actually starts. With that being said, you never know what G. Bush might show on radio, TV, internet. But if you want the fresh cut on sports and you want the fresh cut on the Cleveland Browns, you know I keep the Clippers with me. You know I do. And no matter what I always say, I can be mad at you. I can be upset at the Browns, but it's always, at the end of the day, go Browns. Have a good rest of your day and enjoy the rest of the playoffs. Make sure you check it out. Ultimate Guardians, Ultimate Cavs tonight. Have a good rest of your day and go Browns.